Good morning, it's Monday the 24th of August, 2026 and the UK is waking up to a surprisingly dry start to the day. The Met Office's latest observation shows a ridge of high pressure sitting over the British Isles, keeping skies clear and limiting rain. In Dumfries and Galloway, temperatures are forecast to range from a cool 7 degrees Celsius at dawn to a mild 19 degrees Celsius by mid-afternoon, typical for late summer but without the intense heat we saw earlier in August. Nationally, England's rainfall for the month so far stands at just 17% of the long-term average, with some southeastern corners recording as little as 3 mm while the northwest has seen up to 20 mm. This stark contrast to the soggy expectations of a typical August bank holiday weekend means that, for now, roads are dry, visibility is good and outdoor plans can proceed without the usual weather-related delays. The dry start is a direct result of the high-pressure system suppressing Atlantic fronts that would normally bring cloud and rain at this time of year. For viewers, the immediate takeaway is that today offers a reliable window for travel, leisure, or work outdoors, but we must stay alert because the same high pressure is not expected to linger much longer. Looking back over the last 7 days, the weather narrative has shifted noticeably. On the 20th of August, the Met Office released a long-range forecast indicating that the settled start to the week of the 24th of August would give way to increasing Atlantic influence from Tuesday onward, bringing low pressure, rain showers, and stronger winds later in the period. This marks a departure from the earlier August outlook that had emphasized continued warm and dry spells. Simultaneously, the RAC announced its prediction for the upcoming late summer bank holiday, estimating a record 20 million leisure trips between Friday the 28th of August and Monday the 31st of August, with Friday expected to be the busiest day at 4.1 million journeys. On the environmental front, the Environment Agency reported that, as of the 21st of August, 226 drought incidents had been logged in England since the start of the year, a figure similar to the same point in 2025, and that a quarter of river flow sites in southern and eastern England are classed as exceptionally low. Perhaps the most striking development came from Professor Adam Scaife, head of long-range forecasting at the Met Office, who described the emerging El Niño in the Pacific as unprecedented, noting sea surface temperatures are projected to rise by 3 degrees Celsius, the largest increase since the 19th century. These factors together set the stage for a transition from today's dry conditions to a more unsettled and potentially wetter pattern later in the week. The present dry spell has tangible effects on daily life across the UK. For motorists, the lack of rain means road surfaces remain grippy, reducing the risk of aquaplaning and making travel times more predictable, a welcome relief as the RAC warns of Friday-level congestion later in the week. Fuel costs, however, remain high. A typical tank of petrol now costs around £89, up from £74 a year ago, while diesel averages £100, reflecting broader energy market pressures. For those planning leisure activities, the clear skies and mild temperatures encourage visits to parks, coastal walks and outdoor attractions, though water users should note the ongoing drought. With river flows below normal and many reservoirs at reduced levels, some water companies have already introduced voluntary usage restrictions, particularly in the southeast where rainfall has been scarcest. Farmers are also feeling the pressure, as soil moisture deficits can affect late summer crops such as barley and vegetables. In urban areas, the dry air can exacerbate pollen levels, potentially affecting hay fever sufferers. Overall, while today's weather is favorable for travel and recreation, the underlying drought conditions and elevated fuel prices remind us that the pleasant surface masks deeper environmental and economic stresses. Looking ahead, the Met Office's forecast for the period Monday the 24th of August to Wednesday the 2nd of September signals a shift from today's settled start to a more unsettled regime. The high-pressure ridge is expected to drift eastwards, allowing Atlantic low-pressure systems to move in from the west. This change will bring increasing cloud, rain showers, and stronger winds, particularly across western and northern regions. The Met Office highlights Thursday the 27th of August as likely the wettest day of the window, with widespread rain sweeping across England. Temperatures are expected to stay moderate, generally in the mid-teens, though there is a noted chance of late-season hot spells or heatwaves developing between the 30th of August and the 13th of September, especially in southern England, should the high pressure rebuild later in the month. The developing El Niño adds another layer of uncertainty, Professor Scaife's warning of an unprecedented Pacific warming suggests that the UK could experience increased autumn rainfall and storm activity as the season progresses. For the upcoming bank holiday weekend, the combination of expected rain on Thursday and the potential for a brief warm spell later means travelers should prepare for variable conditions, packing waterproof layers as well as sun protection. In short, the weather is set to become more changeable, with a heightened risk of rain-related disruption midweek, followed by a possible return to warmer, drier conditions toward early September. Understanding why the weather is changing helps us anticipate what comes next. The current high-pressure system is a product of a subtropical ridge that has extended northward over the Atlantic, effectively blocking the usual westward flow of moist air. This blocking pattern is relatively stable for a few days, which explains today's dry, sunny conditions. However, such ridges are transient. As the jet stream strengthens and meanders, it can undermine the high pressure, allowing troughs of low pressure to slip underneath. The Met Office's discussion of increasing Atlantic influence reflects exactly this process. The jet stream is forecast to dip southward, steering low-pressure systems toward the UK. The emerging El Niño amplifies this tendency by altering global circulation patterns. Warmer Pacific waters tend to strengthen the subtropical jet and can steer more storm systems toward higher latitudes, including the UK. This is why experts are flagging a heightened chance of rain and storms later in the autumn. Additionally, the current drought conditions mean that the land surface is dry and less able to evaporate moisture, which can reinforce high pressure locally but also make any incoming rain more impactful when it does arrive, potentially leading to rapid runoff and localized flooding. By recognizing these atmospheric drivers, viewers can see that today's pleasant weather is a temporary pause in a broader shift toward a more unsettled, wetter pattern. With the weather set to change, there are concrete steps you can take to stay safe and make the most of your day. First, if you are traveling by car today, enjoy the good visibility and dry roads, but keep an eye on fuel levels. Prices remain high, so filling up now could save you money later if costs rise further. Second, consider any outdoor plans for the afternoon. The Met Office expects temperatures to stay comfortable, making it ideal for hiking, cycling, or a visit to the seaside. But bring a light jacket for cooler evenings, especially in northern areas where temperatures may dip towards 7 degrees Celsius. Third, be mindful of water use. Given the drought status, avoid non-essential hosepipe use and follow any local guidance from your water supplier. Looking ahead to midweek, pack a waterproof jacket and sturdy shoes for Thursday the 27th of August, when rain is expected to be widespread. If you are heading out for the bank holiday weekend, check the latest travel updates from National Highways or the RAC before setting off, as rain-related delays could develop on major routes. Finally, keep an eye on the Met Office's alerts for any potential late-season heatwave signs after the 30th of August. Should temperatures climb, ensure you stay hydrated and avoid prolonged sun exposure during peak hours. By preparing for both the dry present and the wetter future, you can navigate the coming days with confidence. To wrap up, Monday the 24th of August, 2026 presents a rare dry and settled interlude in an otherwise shifting weather pattern. The high-pressure ridge gives us clear skies, mild temperatures, and good travel conditions, but it is a temporary feature destined to give way to Atlantic low pressure bringing rain and stronger winds later in the week, with Thursday likely the wettest day. This transition is being shaped by changes in the jet stream, the emerging unprecedented El Niño in the Pacific, and the ongoing drought across England that amplifies the impact of any rain that does fall. For viewers, the message is clear: enjoy today's favorable conditions for travel and outdoor activity, but prepare for increased rain, possible travel disruption, and cooler, windier days ahead. Stay informed, pack appropriately, and keep an eye on both short-term forecasts and longer-term climate signals. Thanks for watching. If you found this analysis useful, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for more timely UK weather and travel insights.